Happy Devils Monday. Happy Devils New Year. This is the Woo Report. The Woo Report. Episode 424. Coming to you live from the Primetime Radio Studios inside the bunker in an undisclosed location in beautiful New Jersey. Streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, X Live, and Twitch on the Let's Go Devils Network. I see Michael Descalis saying LFGD. Great Winter Classic today. The Back It Up Binge Podcast says, woo! Josh says, unless the Devils know something, I don't think we should trade McLeod. Well, that's the topic today. The Michael McLeod trade rumors. Who were these, I think it was a couple days ago, James Nichols, good friend of the podcast, New Jersey Hockey Now, saying sources are telling him that, well, there are trade rumors involving Michael McLeod. Tom says, happy Woo Year, everybody. Yes, it is a Woo Year, one extra day in the year. And the Michael McLeod trade stuff doesn't make sense on the surface. Let's not do any speculations of the reason why McLeod is going to be traded. For the other stuff, if you know what I'm talking about. Personally, I don't think it's a good idea. You find the team lacks grit, toughness, big guys. He's an excellent face-off guy. But Michael McLeod's trade value has never been higher. His cap-friendly contract, which is a 1 year, I think $1.4 million, I think. Along with the fact that he brings size, decent speed, excellent face-off guy, special teams on the penalty kill. Teams are going to be looking for that. But right now, you've got great chemistry brewing with the McLeod, Mercer, and Timo Meier line, which, by the way, we should hear something soon about Timo Meier leaving the game early last Saturday against the big bad Boston Bruins. But right now, listening to offers is what a GM does. That's what they do. Doesn't mean that they're going to make trades. As the offers are coming in, you know Tom Fitzgerald. If it's going to better the team as a whole, he'll make the trade. And we've called him Tom Fleece-Gerald over the last couple of years for a reason. Because of that reason. That if there's a good trade offer, he will consider it. Now, you have to look at the short term and long term. And we've been talking about goaltending a lot recently here on the Let's Go Devils podcast. Could it be for a goaltender? Could it be for John Gibson? Now, some of the earlier rumors about John Gibson, it's going to take a first, Seamus Casey, and all sorts of talent going Anaheim's way. It's just not going to happen. You got to weigh the short term and the long term. And Michael McLeod right now is in the in-between. Would he be able to be traded to a team with tons in return and coming back? Depending upon who's willing to pay. But of course, as we all know, there's some baggage that comes with Michael McLeod. Is it fair? That's irrelevant at this point, but it's there. And it's something to think about. I don't think anybody's going to offer the moon for Michael McLeod, where it forces Tom Fitzgerald's hand to make that trade where it's an unbelievable deal, an unbelievable offer. In fact, I wouldn't want Tom Fitzgerald to make any deals because Michael McLeod is what the Devils need right now. Some size, consistency, winning faceoffs, going hard to the net. And right now he's been promoted to the third line, playing with Timo Meier and Dawson Mercer. His line mates are scoring. And it gives the Devils the much-needed depth. Now, what will life look like without Michael McLeod? I'm not so sure. You lose that dominance down the middle with Jack Hughes and Nico Hischier, the fixture, but if Michael McLeod was not on the team, who do you replace him with? Do you put Eric Haula on the third line as a center? Noshik is hurt. The fourth line would need a centerman. Tierney's been playing since Lazar has been hurt, but it's a good question. You need to have depth down the middle. That's what I say. And Michael McLeod, I wouldn't say he would be untouchable, but he is a big part of the New Jersey Devils. Tom says, and he makes a great point, Nico and Jack get hurt a lot. Can't lose centers. Couldn't agree with you more, Tom. You don't want to lose the depth at center. On defense right now, you've got two young kids, Luke Hughes and Simon Nemeth, doing very well on the blue line. But you don't want to change the chemistry too much. I know you want to make improvements in certain areas, and you need to trade some assets. But right now, I don't think Tom Fitzgerald is that desperate to make trades. I think the Devils internally can figure out a lot of their woes and try to figure it out, so to speak. And Nico Dawes in net, which is what they're doing. Kira Schmid down at Utica. Kira Schmid playing pretty well in Utica right now. But this is what you have to do. You got to evaluate your players. And I hope Tom Fitzgerald really, really thinks it through. But again, these are just, it's all rumors and talk. And by the way, James Nichols, a highly respected, credentialed journalist in the locker room. When he reports, you should listen. I know there's a lot of criticism out on Twitter about it, but the fact remains, teams are looking to make a move. And if Michael McLeod is what they want, why shouldn't Tom Fitzgerald listen? Listen to the offers. It doesn't hurt to listen. And it doesn't hurt to think outside of the box to make the New Jersey Devils better. Because there are certain things that they need to improve on. One, for instance, they need players to stick up for each other. Michael McLeod has thrown the gloves before, but we need more than just a goaltender and a defenseman. We need this team to play for each other and hit back. And we talked about this on Devils After Dark. I was not too impressed with the Devils after the 2-0 lead All it took was an Olmark spear to Tyler Toffoli. Devils, no response. And then the Bruins just took over. I wouldn't say bullied, but they had their way with the New Jersey Devils. Ted says, Devils need more beefalytics. Yes. To me, it's all about heart. To me, it's all about will. To me, it's all about changing the narrative, making the adjustments in game when things get rough. And the Devils, well, they allowed 5 unanswered goals in the second and third period, mostly in the second period, against the big bad Boston Bruins. So we have to really think about what is going to make this team go far in the playoffs. They need to start playing like a team and have each other's backs. Well, that's all I have to say for now. I want to thank all those tuning in on this short Woo Report, episode 424, McLeod Trade Rumors. Just to let you know, January 6th is Rangers Suck Fortune Cookie Night at American Whiskey, 51 Edison Place, across the street from Prudential Center, next to Championship Plaza. Our special guest that night is tough guy Christoph Olawa. Will be at American Whiskey. We'll take pictures. We'll take pictures outside, inside. We're going to hang out with Christoph Olawa. So you better behave. We brought an enforcer, a big enforcer of the Let's Go Devils podcast. Can't wait for that interview. We'll also be there January 5th. And also the outdoor game as well. We're going to have a big tailgate. Just remember, be there or be square. Jacob Schmo says, yes, Woo. Hurricanes bully Devs in the playoffs. Need toughness, especially in the postseason. Yeah, I mean, honestly, they got to play for each other. They can't just wait for another player to react. When your goalie gets hit, hit back. When you get punched in the face, punch him in the mouth. Dictate the play. Don't allow the other team, the opposition, to take what's rightfully yours, the win. NY David, it's a long season. Yeah. Well, it's January 1st, 2024. First podcast of the new year. But we'll find a way, folks. We'll find a way. Also, just want to thank all of you that download our podcast on the Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music Prime, Audible, and the iHeart app. Over 800,000 downloads served. Marching on to the million sometime this year. Could it be? Could it be? We shall see. No, it's not time to panic, Ted. And Steve Engel, happy Devil's New Year to you too. That's all for now. Till next time, this is the Woo Report. Let's go Devils.